Didn't know.
Oh, okay. So we live on we live on YouTube now as well. Okay. So we live on YouTube. We live here on TikTok. The
We'll get the
show.
stream yard though, yeah.
Yeah, we can get the stream out. Yeah.
Come on,
Okay.
chill.
How's it going, everybody? Tonight we are going to be talking about the biggest overreactions so far this season. Now the season is quite young. It's only about, I would say, in all competitions, all leagues. I would say every single league has not passed 12 games yet. Some have only reached 10 now. Some are still coming towards 10 games. However, a lot of offside calls have been made, and we are going to act as the VAR tonight, and we are going to be judging, are these comments, are these opinions overreactions or not? So myself, Nawaz, the corner flag, have prepared some overreactions so far this season. My two co-hosts, my beautiful co-hosts, Hamza and Nikhil, have also prepared their own. So we'd like to hear what they have to say as well. But boys, welcome to yet another episode of Prem de la Creme. I'll start off with Nikhil. How are you feeling?
How's it, guys? Always great to be here along the presence of you two. Love to always talk footy. Always so much to talk about. Really excited for this episode. It's the first time we're doing something like this, so really keen and eager to hear everyone's opinions, what they have to say, what the overreaction is, or shocker, should I say? Just super keen. Football-wise, being LFC fan, it's been a tough time, but hopefully we can put things right tonight. Looking forward to the episode.
Amazing. Hamza, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling
Nice shirt, by the way.
I feel excited, yeah. Free Palestine, yeah. Hopefully that doesn't get you shadow banned, but yeah, excited for today's episode. This is going to be a big one, and get your thoughts in the comments because we're going to say some crazy stuff today. But I think with a bit of Harvey Specter persuasion, we're going to get you guys on side as well. So stay the course, because you're going to believe what we say by the end of it.
100%. So I guess there's like a lot of there's been a lot of offside claims, like I said, but now it's all about us seeing whether or not there are overreactions. When we give the overreaction, we believe it's true. We believe that majority of the people are believing this, and we don't believe it's true. Right? You still could fall on either part of the spectrum. You either believe it's an overreaction or you don't think so. But the majority of the world is busy believing that it is. Okay, it sounds confusing, but once we get into it, you'll understand it easily. So I guess should I just open up the floor then?
Yeah. Go on then.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay, so my first overreaction, which I believe is probably one of the biggest overreactions from every single person, including Liverpool fans, is that Arne Slot will be sacked this season.
Ooh.
Now I believe that's an overreaction. I believe that's not going to happen. Right? And I mean, I got a couple of points. The first point being that if there's any manager, right, that has credit in the bank, it's Arne Slot. First season comes in, wins the Premier League, only loses. All the games he lost, by the way, last season were games that were either dead rubber games or, he experimented in the FA Cup against Plymouth and it didn't work out. But the Carabao Cup went to the final. We lost there, unfortunately. Okay, so that wasn't a dead rubber, but we went to the final, right? And then I think all of the Premier League games were dead rubber in the sense where we did win the league already, or we were about to win it, and then we lost the game towards the end of the season. We only lost 4 games the whole of last season, and then obviously we get knocked out in the Champions League by the eventual winners, PSG. So last season was such a good season for Arne Slot. This season now is where the reactions are coming from. The reactions are saying Slot should be sacked, including Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans as well are calling for his head, which I don't understand. The man won the Premier League, got kicked out by the eventual winners in the Champions League and stuff. He has a 62.38% of wins in his managerial career so far, across 311 games.
But why is he going to get sacked, though? Because of all those things.
That's the overreaction. That's the overreaction. Why exactly? So you probably believing that he shouldn't get sacked.
But do you think that's going to happen? Is that what you say? You think it's going to happen?
No, I believe it's not going to happen. So I'm calling out the overreaction from pundits.
Okay. This isn't a prediction.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not a prediction.
Okay.
But like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, majority.
I haven't heard many people say it though. Like, I don't know. You guys are in
I have.
I haven't heard many people seriously say it.
Nah. Despite all of the calls for slots ahead, right? The fact still remains a title in 1 year, scoring machine. Liverpool still had so many records broken by slot last season as well. I don't even know if the Liverpool fans know that. There's probably so many casuals that disregarded that. If anything, Fabrizio Romano also backed slot right now. He actually said that the board backed slot. So he has personal insight with the Liverpool board, the Liverpool
That's a
hierarchy.
kiss of death, though. As soon as they say
Why?
the board backs you, that means okay, he's getting his P45 soon. The only team
No,
that
that's
is
it.
Manchester United. That's the only team that doesn't work for. But as soon as the board backs you, yeah, I think your days are numbered.
Oh, okay. But either way, I've said my piece. So I'd like to hear what's your boys' opinion on that overaction. That I'm not even lying, is mainly probably coming from the Liverpool fan base even. So maybe that's why you haven't heard it, thumbs up.
Go on, Nikhil.
Okay, so look, hearing this, I've heard it a lot. I've seen it in the press, I've seen it in the media, I've seen it from fans. People are now saying that Liverpool, and the word that they're using is a crisis. When we lost our first or second game, they were like, no, we're not in a crisis yet. But after the Manchester United and after Brentford, they're saying that Liverpool are in a crisis. And with Arne Slot right now, I think it's a level of frustration coming from Liverpool fans because they haven't seen this losses happen in a very, very long time. It never happened under Jurgen Klopp. The last it happened, I think, was under Brendan Rodgers when we lost this many in a row. So I think it's more of a panic that Liverpool are saying this right now because they feel like Arne Slot has gotten all the players that he's wanted. And as much as I don't agree with this 100%, everyone says that Slot won with Klopp's team, and now obviously Klopp had all of those players, and Arne Slot didn't really sign one player at all except for Chiesa, and we see how he treats him in last season. So he basically won the league with them, and then Slot went and dismantled the Liverpool team, sold who he wanted, kept who he wanted, bought who he wanted, and now Liverpool are having like some of a downfall. But I look, this overreaction is something that could come true. It could, but Liverpool aren't the type to just hire and fire. They don't do that. They've never been a club to do that. They really have to go through something for it not to. For like if you lose the dressing room, should I say? Then that could happen.
Which I
So
don't think he has yet, yeah.
I don't think he has. I think that the whole thing with the board backing, when you hear the board story, it's like, you're cooked. So you need the board to come run and save you and release something. Like, don't worry, he's safe. But I think with Onslaught right now, it's because of the caliber of players and because of the Premier League media. Liverpool assembled this Avengers team, and now nobody is clicking, but they don't realize how difficult it can be as well to click. So I think the last thing I'll just touch on that, and then you can go, Hamza, is Liverpool got every player that they wanted, and I think the fans are more angry now because they kind of got false hope, winning every single game from the beginning of the season, the first 4 or 3, by the last minute or right at the end, and it caught up with us. So now when we're losing, oh no, we can't take this. Goodbye, manager. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this isn't really a prediction. I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest, because I think somebody said
neither do I.
No, there's not many managers that I mean, I say this, who's the replacements, but when you talk about like Chelsea getting a replacement or United getting a replacement or even City getting a replacement, it's different to when Liverpool get them. Because like when Liverpool lost Klopp, right, when Klopp left, nobody's first thought was Arne Slot. They were thinking probably like Ancelotti or Tuchel or like one of the main big names.
Amarim was there. Amarim, don't forget.
Amarim was probably there. There's probably maybe Potter or Frank or whatever, right? So there's probably all these random names. And then you get Slot, the some Dutch coach. So I don't think they will get rid of him because it's not a replacement. I think if they see fit, then they will get rid of him. And low-key, the more I think about it, I think it might be smart if things continue to get a new manager in for next season and go, thank you, Arne Slot. You took away from Jurgen Klopp. You got us a league. You had a crap second season comparatively, but that's fine because you won us the league. So I don't think it will be the worst thing in the world because Liverpool are a really good recruiting team. I think I'm pretty sure Micah Edwards has come back. Also, that team has come back, so they'll be able to find somebody, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think even like you're talking about who do Liverpool go and look for. I think definitely the personnel was more character based as well. Like when they looked for Arne Slot, they didn't just say, okay, can he do it tactically, but can this guy try and at least connect with the fans? Because I think, Hamza, I don't know what's your opinion on this, but Liverpool definitely is a club that you have to be able to connect with the city. You have to be able to connect with the fans. I feel like Ancelotti is a good manager tactically, but would he have connected with the fans as much as Arne Slot did?
Yeah, I mean, winning the league title. Winning the title, I mean, fans love you. You know what I mean? You could be the biggest knob in the world, right? And Dutch people are very direct. I know Scouse people are direct as well, right? But it's like you could be the biggest knob in the world. If you win the league, you're a legend, right? And he'll be a legend forever, you know? So, yeah. So Nawaz, go for your next one, I think.
Okay. Let me go for my next one. Let me grab my notes again.
If you want, I can go for one of mine. If you want to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. Cool. So my
overreaction. Before you go for it, let me expand you here. So when you say your one, let the people hear you completely. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Cool. I know this wasn't the way that we agreed to it, but I think it would be good. But anyway, my first overreaction is after watching some Inter Miami games and watching the MLS, I truly believe that Messi would be a top 15 player if he still played in Europe.
Ooh.
Discuss.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, obviously his goals and assist numbers are crazy. He's done amazing things. The only thing that I'm slightly precautious about is in the Club World Cup, he didn't really do too much. But when you watch him play football, I know it's a lower league, but like I've never seen anyone go to that league and still be amazing. For Argentina, he's still amazing. He still obviously has the respect of those players. I think if he came to Europe, man, he could easily, in the right system, you put him on Man City, oh my God, if he replaced De Bruyne at Manchester City, he played in the 10, even at 38 when you can't run around, oh my God, that would be a movie, bro. That would be a movie. So yeah, after watching some MLS on some dark, cold, sad nights this summer, my first overreaction for today is Messi would still be a top 15 player in Europe.
Okay, Nikhil, I have some points, but if you have any, you can go first.
Look, I think that with Lionel Messi and the way he plays and the things that he can do, it shows that age is just a number to him. He single-handedly, again, he almost broke Vega's record in the MLS. I think he missed it by one in terms of complete GA. And it's crazy because what Messi still does is the way he's carrying that MLS team right now. I know he's got his buddies there, Sergio Busquets, Luis Suarez, who are bagging in the goals. But the type of play and the way Messi plays, if someone had to look at him that does not watch football, they would never think he is in his late 30s. They would never look at him and be like, because what he does right now and the link-up play, I think he can do that in any league. I think he's somebody that's so versatile. And the way he plays, and I don't know if maybe it's the right word or way to say it, but the way Messi plays, he doesn't play in a way where he can literally exert a lot. He's so calm and collective, like he scans the entire area and knows when to make the dribble, when to make the pass, and when to do the injection of pace. It's like he conserves his energy a lot and uses it at the pristine moment, and then he just does something sublime. You look at the 1-2s of the way he plays in the link-up right now, it's not declining. The league is in maybe declining, but his quality isn't.
Yeah, he's a joke. And I know it's a lot slower, and obviously as you get older, it was really physicality rather than the skill why he couldn't still make it in Europe. But I know he signed a 3-year contract into Miami, and I mean, like, that's going to take him to 41. I know the league is slower. Right? And the physicality is less and whatever. But honestly, when you watch him play football, I don't know, man. Maybe it's fugazi because the defending is kind of terrible. But when I watch Europe and I watch him, I'm like, bro, he could still do it. And then you see him play for Argentina, and that's just like the added fact of like he's still a baller for Argentina. He's still a baller against Ecuador. He's still a baller against these big like nations. So you can still cut it with these players who play in Europe, you know? I think he came back to Europe, top 15.
15. Right. So I need to think of 15 players that are better than him to basically disprove you.
Yeah, I mean the ones that I thought of really was the Real Madrid boys, the Barca boys, the PSG boys, and a couple of the Prem lads. That was basically it, and Elise and Kane, right? So I was going Elise, Kane. You've got Bellingham, you've got Yamal, you've got Pedri, you've got. I mean, to be honest, bro, you got Pedri, Yamal, you've got who else? You got Vinicius, Mbappe, Haaland, like all the standard players, and then you've got your Dembeles, you got your Dues, you got those sort of players. But I think outside of that, I don't think there's any. I don't think you can name 15 players better than Lionel Messi in Europe right now.
Yeah, I mean,
and you got to look at it.
Think about it.
Take away here's the league that he's playing in as well, and look at him as an overall individual and how he's playing. Because a lot of people go to a specific league and they decline and they blame it on the league because the league doesn't have quality, so then they automatically are declining. That don't happen to Ronaldo and Messi. I know it's a Messi conversation now, but I mean it don't apply to them. because they
Yeah.
still hit numbers like you cannot believe. Other players go to the other leagues and they just start declining. So it's
Because he
crazy.
went there for
It's
brand as well,
absolutely
right?
crazy.
Like he went there a bit
Mhm.
for brand, like how Beckham did.
Yeah,
But I
Yeah,
yeah.
still think like I would love for him to come. Like if he replaced De Bruyne this summer, Loki, I had that in my head of like if he came and replaced De Bruyne, oh my god, that would have been
it would be insane. It would be
So
insane.
yeah, I guess to answer to help me try and disprove you or to try and understand your overreaction a bit more, if he came to Europe, yeah, which team would he playing with?
I thought if he came, he could play on Man City. I think he could play Man City. He could play for. I mean, he could definitely play for Chelsea at this moment in time while Palmer's injured. He could play for Liverpool, right, for sure. Honestly, I don't think there's any team. Actually, not Liverpool because I
Yeah.
think Liverpool are a bit too stacked. But like play teams that have good balance, he could go in there and just add
But
the extra.
let's pretend like there was a spot for him in Liverpool. Because at the end of the day, what makes you a top 15 in the world player is
You just
that
have
you
too many
can do
players
it.
though. Liverpool's a bad example because you have too many players, right?
No,
So
but
like I think
won't he fit in like where Verts currently is playing them?
That's exactly
yeah,
what I
but
was going
then,
to say.
like I don't know. There's too many attackers that you're trying to fit in at the moment. I think it give him a team with balance, right? There's actually balance, and put him in there.
Mm.
He'd be unreal. I know, ironically, he was terrible at PSG, but I think he'd be great at PSG now.
Yeah.
Because okay, so here's my opinion then on that. Because at to be a top 15 player in the world, I guess you don't have to play in the Premier League because he definitely won't make it in the Premier League right now. There's no way because otherwise, why is Vert struggling right now? Why is Cherky why is Cherky not even doing so well? I know he was injured, but he's not really showing
Messi's a better
signs yet.
player though. Like
But it's messy.
yeah, like he's got an extra.
He won't match the
plus
physicality
everyone else.
of the leagues. He's not going to match the physicality.
But that's the
of
thing.
the
You
leagues.
with Lionel Messi, probably if not the best dribbler in the world, one of the best dribblers in the world in a tight space. He's played
Prime
in
Messi,
LT.
yeah, Prime
I
Messi for
understand,
sure.
but he's still doing the
Not
dribbling
just
today.
not just
I
Messi,
mean, we will never know, but I think if there's anyone that you would
not
want
just
to give a
Messi.
chance to, it's Messi.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love to see him in a big
Yeah.
league. I would love to have seen him in the Premier League, but yeah, I just don't think. For me personally, he would be
Cool.
top 15 because he won't survive the leagues.
So,
Yeah.
so my opinion or unpopular overreacting opinion is I believe that Arsenal will win nothing this season. I
Why
honestly believe Arsenal will win nothing this season.
you never tell me
Um,
this, Steve?
there's been a lot about Arsenal right now, and I have respect. I have respect for Arsenal 100% for what they're doing, how they're playing. I just feel that they might come up short again, as they have done the season before, and the season before, and the season before. I know that they got clean sheets right now. I understand that they're on the record to maybe even beating Chelsea's, fewest goals conceded. Let's hope not. But they are scoring and they're not conceding 100%. But what's happening with their club is how long can they keep this going on for? For Liverpool, it caught up with us eventually scoring the late winner of goals. Arsenal right now, they're relying on a midfielder, a winger, getting a goal or two there. Gokere has only 3 goals. I do believe that when it comes clutch time and a lot of teams maybe score first or score 2 goals against them, what are they going to do? How are they going to react against it? It happened once where they did turn it around against Newcastle. Fair play, 93rd minute, they won the game. But I do believe that come clutch time in the season, they have almost cold feet. I don't see Coquerez doing it for them consistently. He hasn't been doing it right now. The only thing that they have been doing is keeping a clean sheet. And yes, clean sheets, having that, not conceding goals can win your title as well. But in recent times in the Premier League, people who have won the league, how many goals have their attackers scored from your Haalands to your Salahs consistently? With Arsenal, they've had that problem at the clutch. And Ollie Watkins last season, Saka was scoring the goals for them as well. They came up short. They were getting outscored. They didn't have a reply. Right now, it's working for them. Don't get me wrong. They got the best defense probably in the world. But I just believe that it's going to come to a point where they feel that Coquerez was their signing to complete things for them. But now that he's there, it looks like the other people are doing things. Okay, Eze got a goal, 1-0, shut up shop against Palace. Really good. But I just believe that they're playing a style of play where I feel it's going to catch up with them. And I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. As I said, I feel like it's going to catch up with them. And I think we mentioned this once before in an episode, another one. But I don't think Arsenal can continue thinking that we're going to shut up shop and then get a goal somewhere and win. So
Yeah.
yeah, let me know what
I
what do you
hate
guys
I
think
hate
about that?
Arsenal. I hate Arsenal, right? I'm a Chelsea fan.
Yep.
Right? I hate Arsenal, right? This year, And I know everyone always goes, she's different. This time it's different. This year's a different year. Honestly, I do believe this year is a different year, right? Like, yes, they play haram ball. People hate on them because they're a bit cringe. But I think this year is different. You're saying Gyökeres hasn't scored many goals from? I mean, that's you're telling me they're top of the league. They don't concede any goals. I think they've scored them. I don't know if they scored. Well, they scored a lot of goals. They're top of the league by 4 points, and their striker isn't scoring. Right. That just tells me that the system that they had last year that was working for them, right, is working even better now, giving another year of maturity. Right. That's what it tells me, which makes me think they're even closer to winning than they were before. And they were second in the Premier League. Obviously, they kind of left Liverpool a long time ago. They're in the semi-finals of the Champions League. They were basically came up against a PSG super team. That was why they didn't go through, right? If they didn't do that, honestly, I believe they would have beaten Barcelona. I think that they were much the better team than Barcelona last year. They would have beat them. So why now? The only reason why I would agree with you is because last October they played PSG and they absolutely smoked them. I think they beat them 2-0, right? But they absolutely dominated them. Maybe 2 or 3-0, I can't remember. Then when it came to April, May time, they just weren't there at all, you know? So you never know what other teams are going to build into it, and it's hard to say at the start of the season. But the way they're going now, I think based on what's happened this season, you can't have the reaction of they're not going to win anything. I feel like based on the start of the season, you can almost go, well, now they are actually going to win something. I hate Arsenal, but I think think they'll be successful this season.
Yeah,
for sure.
Look, I understand.
Let me jump in my opinion quickly first. Then you can add on afterwards. I think for me, I'll have to probably also be on the side of Hamza, where I think Arsenal might just do something this season. As much like Liverpool last season won the league, right? And I would say we were the strongest team, but we were the strongest team because also Arsenal had those injuries, last season. They've been progressively getting better and better to eventually get to that Premier League title. You said they'll win nothing. It all depends. I feel like if they put all of their eggs in the basket of the Premier League, they might just end up winning nothing. If they don't take the other cup seriously, they definitely have a good enough team that can win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. Definitely. But it's all about where are their priorities, right? Because that team right now, it's not just 1 year, Hamza, of more maturity. It's literally been starting since 2003. 23.
Yeah.
Invincible. Since 2023, it's been maturing. Majority of the team has been the same. They've plugged the gaps. They got the squad depth. Even that other stat that you mentioned, Nikhil, it's a good one in perspective. The fact that Gyökeres, hasn't really been scoring, but it's more dangerous for me if the team is spreading their goals amongst the players because you're not over-reliant on one player. Like if Man City get Erling Haaland injured, oh my word, is that City team even the same team anymore? But yeah, that's my opinion.
I agree. Look, it's as I said, I agree with what you guys are saying. I don't say it's completely wrong and you're talking smack because it's not. It's true. But the way the Premier League is working right now, 5 games in the season, Liverpool have a 5-point gap. Next 3 or 4 games in the season, they have a 7-point gap on us. So the way the tide has been turning, in the next 15 games, Man City might have a 7-point gap at the top of the league. And I know it's completely different. Liverpool kept winning 4 in a row. Arsenal decided to drop off. Now Arsenal all of a sudden at the top. I just feel like they've gotten close. Trust me, they have matured. They've gotten closer. They're almost there. But at the same time, and as I said, it's so early in the season, the more mature and better that they got, also at the same time, other teams started getting stronger as well. Liverpool now signed a lot of good players. And yes, we are in a heavy scrutiny right now. But those players could click and turn around and go on an insane winning streak. Manchester City showed that they could do that. Liverpool were running away with the league several seasons. And then Man City said, hold up, let me go on a 14-game win streak with a powerhouse team and just click. Liverpool could do that with the side that they have because they have the quality. It's not clicking yet. But we've got plenty of games this season for that to happen. I just think with Arsenal, they've never had this yet. And I don't think they've had a season where all the other teams maybe have been shit or fell off. Yes, they've taken advantage last weekend where Liverpool lost and Manchester City lost. But I feel that I can maybe solely judge them more towards the end of the season to see how they really perform. And with the way they're performing now, it's good. But I just feel like they're just lacking that absolute threat and being ruthless to actually win the league. Right now, they are looking good. But the inconsistency of the Premier League and the way it is now, I just feel like sometimes, look, Set-piece FC it's going to. I think their luck is going to run out. It's going to run out where somebody goal scores against them first, and then they're going to be like, "Oh damn, we need to come back now." Now Liverpool have done that, but obviously the tide has turned for us now, where we are conceding first, and we can't come back. So that's just my take on it. And as you said as well,
they're a bit toothless in attack. That's the only thing I would say is like, obviously
Yeah.
you mentioned the Gyökeres thing, but they're spreading their goals around and they're finding solutions. Like, they beat United away, right? I know obviously United weren't very good, but they're beating United away, right? They've drawn to City at home, right? I know in the previous season they've won, but they beat Newcastle after being 1-0 down on a I know, I was at the game, right? I know what it's like for opposing teams because I've seen Chelsea go there many times and lose. I've seen them many times and crumble under that pressure. They were 1-0 down and they came back to win that game, right? Odegaard was terrible for ages and had his best performance in months there, right? So I think things are clicking. They've got enough quality there to be able to go, you know what? If Eze doesn't work, Madueke works. If Madueke doesn't work, Eze works. If Eze doesn't work, Odegaard works. If Odegaard doesn't work, Trossard works. Then they got Martin. Like, they've got players now. And even Havertz coming back, where before they're relying on one player to come in, now it's like, okay, cool. We can keep things solid. Unlike Chelsea, we're like, we can keep things solid, and then when our top players come back, then we can take it even further. Whereas, for example, Chelsea, it's like you lose your biggest player, and then what the hell happens to your attack? Arsenal need to be given some credit for that. I think they will. I know, as you said, they were Liverpool 4 points ahead, and now they're 5 points behind or whatever, right? I know it's a long season. Based on what I'm seeing right now, I think Arsenal are, and I even predicted at the start of the season, I think they're favourites for the league, and I would continue with that. Unless Pep and Slot really fix their stuff up.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Right.
That was a good one, Nikhil. That was a good one. Definitely sparks conversation whenever you talk about
Apparently,
Arsenal.
just to pause before we do that, a lot of people in the chat are saying that the lineup for Liverpool is a joke.
I saw it,
and we're
bro.
not
It's
taking it
terrible.
seriously.
Must I tell you?
I
Must I
haven't
tell
seen
you?
the lineup yet. Why don't you
Let
put
me
it on
tell
the
you.
screen if you can, or if you can't, let the chat see, or the people see. I'm not sure what the lineup is. I haven't seen it.
Let me just tell you. Hamza, you can hear your opinion
Sure.
also. In goal, Hoodman. In right
He was
back.
at Newcastle like 6 years ago. Don't make that face, Nikhil. He was great for Newcastle back in the day.
Wow.
In right
First time
back.
ever playing for Liverpool, though.
Insert the Ian Wright meme. Calvin Ramsey. You alive?
No.
I'm alive, he says. Bro, when was the last time you heard Calvin Ramsey's name, Nikhil?
Bro,
And then centre-back pairing of Gomez, Robertson. Oh my goodness. Milos Kerkez
beautiful.
left-back.
Left back as centre back, playing FIFA things, yeah.
And then Endo CDM with McAllister and Trey Yaya Nyoni. Right?
Who the fuck
And
is that
then Yaya Torre Regen, Trey Nyoni.
guy? Okay.
Yeah.
And then left wing Ngamoa, striker Chiesa, and right wing Morrison. And absolutely nobody on the bench to come off. Literally nobody.
And then you look at Palace's team. Lacroix, Gay, Munoz, Kamara, Q, Sosa, Sa, Pino, and Ketia. Oh my!
And their bench is also strong.
My.
Oh, they're strong, yeah.
Oh my!
Arteta
Are
on the
Liverpool
bench.
playing like a UCL final this weekend that I don't know about?
Yeah,
Are
actually,
Liverpool-
there's actually no one on the bench. Yeah, they don't care about this.
But who are we playing this weekend that we have to rotate so heavily?
We're playing
No
Villa,
Van
He
Dijk
wants
in
to
the
get
and
knocked
squad.
then
out.
he's Real Madrid and City.
He wants to get knocked
Villa.
out.
Low-key, I can understand the method to the madness here. But now he sacrifices this competition. He's
Some
basically
people said
telling
if
the players.
if
take a break.
Slot loses, he gets sacked in this game.
No, he doesn't. First of all, the man's in Dubai. He's not even going to be here. It's going to be
Bro,
Van
Oh,
Broncos.
what?
Bro didn't even do.
Yeah, Van Broncos is going to lead the line today.
Bro
Oh my
didn't
God.
even do a press
Are you allowed
conference.
to do that?
Yeah, he said even Liverpool declined the press conference also. In the Carabao Cup, you don't have to give a press conference.
They don't give up. They
Genuine.
don't give up.
No,
Why?
listen. I'm thinking because when they said, "Oh, the international break is good and everything, let the players recuperate," they couldn't because they weren't with each other. So maybe Slot is using this almost as like a
I mean,
recuperation.
we're Chelsea are also trying to get knocked out because we're playing Philip Jorgensen in there. I don't need to tell you the rest of the team, but we're playing.
Oh, Jorgensen.
He was your
I'm sorry,
first team
mate.
goalkeeper at one stage. What you talking about?
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mate.
Bleach eyes, bro. That's what it was.
I'm sorry, mate.
But yeah,
okay,
no,
cool. But I had
Yeah,
one
good
planned, but it's kind of related to what Nikhil was talking about now with Arsenal. So I might want to just chuck this one in. It wasn't planned, right? So I might not have stats and stuff, but I do have a lot of opinions on this. My overaction is that Premier League football, as we know it, or as we used to know it, has officially died in the 25-26 season.
Oh my god. Here we go. I know what you're going to talk about. Go on. Talk about the throw-ins on the weekend. Go on.
I'm telling you, the way teams have set up now, it's not about like it's annoying because I would say the quality of the mid-table teams and stuff have definitely become better over the years to the point where they can probably take the football games to the bigger teams, right? However, there was a stat I saw the other day when we lost to Brentford that over 9 minutes of the game was spent on the throw-ins. 10% of the football game was spent on throw-ins. Now, if that's not showing you signs of a decline in quality in the league, I don't know what else is. But then again, you look at who's first. We're talking about Arsenal. And how are Arsenal finding ways to break down these teams who are sitting back and doing this low blocks? Set pieces. So it looks like the way you can actually do well in the Premier League now is you need to have good set pieces.
To play like
And now
shit. Yeah.
is that really how we want to watch football nowadays? There's no more Eden Hazards. I mean, we've been saying that also for years. There's no more wingers that can really take on the defender because everyone's sitting in low blocks. And now Arsenal
Yeah.
are proving to have found the answer, and that answer is unfortunately the way. It's just not the most attractive way. And like I've mentioned now, football in the Premier League as we used to know it is
I
gone.
think this is just you lot crying, to be honest, bro. Because there's loads of teams in the league that are doing well this season and don't need to rely on that, right? Like Bournemouth this season, unbelievable, right? They don't score from set pieces. Tottenham have been okay. I mean, they did score from set pieces, but like there's loads of teams that play good football, right? If there's an advantage to be made, use it. You know, you guys are just crying because you guys were on the end of it. I should be upset. Sunderland did the exact same thing to us, right? But I'm not going to cry about it. I don't think that's football dying.
I'm not talking about Liverpool. I'm not talking about Liverpool.
You are. Because
But I didn't even mention.
We saw your story, the quarter flag. Yeah, we
No,
saw your
but,
story.
but what I mentioned now also about the fact that Arsenal have realized this as well, and they've figured it out. The solution also isn't even attractive.
It's not beautiful, yeah, for sure. It's not beautiful. But is it beautiful when City were walking the league every year? You know?
No, it wasn't. But the way they were doing it, I would say
they
they
were
definitely
playing.
earned a lot of neutral fans. They've
I
converted some
think
neutrals to fans.
it's from a neutral fan's perspective. If somebody was looking at it, you missed the type of play where it was an end-to-end game. You missed the type of play where teams are going head on against each other, like fucking, let's attack each other, let's go one-on-one, bro. Now it's like it's a sad reality if you even get to see a counter. I mean, yes, okay, we saw a counter against Chelsea, and it happened. But I mean, in other games that you watch these days, there's no counters. People just want to sit. People just want to wait. People just they're okay with it. And yeah, okay, Arsenal picked it up. They found a way. They're scoring a set piece. Now, even if you especially if a team scores 1-0 up, it's automatically now we let's shut up shop, and that happens. People, yeah, like your Eden Hazard, like your drop the shoulder Riyad Mahrez, you don't get that play. I watched a compilation of footballers and playing and counter-attacking and like quick movement and head-on play, how it used to be in the 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017 seasons, 2018 and going forward. People play that way. I know City were walking the league before, but the football that they played, that one-touch ball, it was insane. It was quick, it was fast, it was pacey, it was cutting, it was finesse.
Yeah, but at the same time, Burnley were finishing in Europe playing that terrible style of football. Same with Wolves. Wolves played terrible style of football. They did that. Like, it's proven to have worked. So it's like when we spend so much money, of course you're gonna get this, right? Like look at Brentford, right? Nobody wanted Keith Andrews to be the manager. They were like, oh, they're all gonna get relegated. I even said that Brentford are gonna get relegated. But it's like game's the game. That's what it is. Game's the game, and you've gotta use everything at your disposal, especially when the league is so tight. I think it's almost a sign of like this. The league is so high quality that you respect the opposition even more, right? But you just need a couple flair players. Like look at 4-2 Man United versus Brighton. I don't think there was a set piece goal there, but some of the goals are great. And Webber, unbelievable. When you get Old Trafford rocking, it's amazing. Cole Palmer, when he plays for Chelsea, he gets that place rocking. Esteval. So yeah, there's always going to be these splash players, but I don't blame them for taking advantage of what they've got. Even though it's hit my team, I honestly don't blame them.
Yeah, look, as much as you say, that, you know what, if people are doing it and it's working, we're talking about how enjoyment type of football and the football we used to get is dying, because you are kind of agreeing with it. If you're saying if something works, do it, that means you're also buying into the fact that it's dying.
Yeah, but I enjoy winning. But I enjoy winning, right? Like if Chelsea,
but they're not really doing that though. Either way.
No, but they are though, because Brentford did it to you, they beat you. Sunderland did it to us, they beat us. So it's like, as annoying as it is in the moment, it's like, you know what, you got to do what you got to do, and you found a way to win. and finding a way to win. That makes the league more exciting because it's like when we have the running, you talk about Arsenal, they're not going to win anything. Well, this is the reason why they're not going to win, why they might not win stuff is because everyone in the league is now found ways to win. So you can't just go, oh yeah, I can take the game against Newcastle off, or I can take the game against Fulham off, because it's like, well, I can't, because all these teams are super, super smart.
Yeah. I want to just get to some of the comments because I don't want it to just be a spectator show, like Rashad said. So Rashad mentioned, let me just, sorry, I got a notification from TikTok here. Let me just appeal it because it's flipping acting dumb. But yeah, Rashad mentioned that like Slot, for example, right? He said it's weak from Slot to talk about long balls and throw-ins. They need to adapt, like just like how he was doing last year, which I agree. I feel like Slot, the way he's talking in the media, like let that come, let the fans do that. We should be talking about, teams are playing low block, whatever. You as the manager should be coming up with solutions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that, Rashad, 100%. And then like I said already, it's not about the solution of Arsenal that I'm complaining about. No, I mean that's a part of it, but that's not the main point I'm getting at. The main point I'm getting at is the fact that teams that are not even in relegation battles are choosing to sit back and hit you on counters instead of playing football. Like before, back in 2015, 16, 17, I would say the turning point really was maybe about 2-3 years ago when the teams really, really started sitting back more often. But now it's become adopted by even the likes of whoever's sitting top of the log now, like Bournemouth, Sunderland, Brentford. Also, everyone predicted them to go down, by the way. So fair enough, they found a way to not go down by playing the way that they are playing. So at the end of the day, I still stand by what I said. Football is dying. It's definitely been dying. I'm not saying, it happened now, flip of a switch type of thing. It's been dying for sure. But now the fact that everyone is doing it, everyone's playing like a relegation team.
Yeah, it's a copy-paste thing that's happening now.
Copy-paste
And as much as I hate to admit it, it is affecting Liverpool a lot. It 100% is. We've become a victim of it heavily. And I think that if I take it back to after Liverpool won their first Premier League title under Klopp in like the 2019, 2020 season, you look at it and you think to yourself, after that, when we went on that successive run of losses, it was what the teams did. They sat back. I think it was Nottingham or it was Burnley. They sat back against us continuously. And they just hit us on one counter. And I think it was Barnes that scored the goal for them. And they won 1-0. And then after that, every team that played us during that COVID season, after we had won the league, did the same thing. Crystal Palace did the same thing. Everton did the same thing. Leeds United did the same thing. And then we just started losing. And people were like, okay, now we know how to play against Liverpool. Or now we know what to do, because Liverpool just love to come head on against you and then attack you, outpass you, and Slot now has adapted that method, because he opened up and he said, this season people play differently against us than what they did last season, and it goes both ways. Number one, people do play differently. Number two, you lost your pressing machines. I'm not going to go into that, but
that's how the league increased in quality. That's how the league increased in quality. Is that you bring a new problem, we find a new solution. Look at Cole Palmer, right? I think there was a stat where it's like he got 0.8 fouls in his 23-24 season where he broke out. Then in the second season, like 2.9. So it's like almost 300% extra, right? But he was still able to get out. But I know he had that January to March. But it's like, what happened is with the league, you have these solutions, right? So it's like with Arsenal, you talk about low blocks, right? Arsenal have become very, very good at solving this low block problem. So now when teams verse Arsenal, they can't play the low block thing, because it's almost like, well, yeah, we can play the low block, but these guys know how to figure us out. And also, if we concede one against them, they can't come, like, we can't score against them. Right, so they've almost got it. It's like a chess game at that point. So what you've got to do is show them to beat that low block, right? So then the teams don't want to play that low block. Do you know what I mean? So, as for example, Chelsea are terrible defensively from set pieces, right? Especially from throw-ins, right? So we know that Sanchez is going to flop at everything. So let's attack that. It's up to Maresca and Sanchez to get better, get solutions. So if teams do that, we can just deal with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I understand what you're saying, but it's almost like this is how the league gets better, is when the smaller teams throw the things at the bigger teams can still deal with it. That's how the league gets better.
Oh, fair.
But yeah, it's ugly. It is ugly.
It is ugly, though. Yeah. There was a comment here from Pendula. A win is mostly impossible, was shit, he's talking about Liverpool. I think it was related. So he says here a win is mostly impossible with this squad, especially with this dominating Crystal Palace team. Oh yeah, we're probably gonna struggle.
Should I give? I'll give you my Liverpool one though. I've got a Liverpool overreaction, right? So based on the start of the season, and chat, get involved with this, right?
Chat, get involved.
Maybe I'm crazy, but this is my overreaction. This season has proven that Trent Alexander-Arnold was the second most crucial player during the Liverpool dynasty since 2018. The reason I say that, no, he was the second most crucial, right? The first.
No, I'm asking who was the first.
The first was Mohamed Salah, right? He was number one. People will talk about Van Dijk, they'll talk about Alisson, they'll talk about blah, 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 right? All great players. Trent Alexander-Arnold got so much stick for being a defensive liability, not being able to do anything, only good on the ball. Yes, his 1v1 defending wasn't great, right? And there was a couple times, obviously, the Rashford chop, everyone talks about that. But him picking up the ball, stopping attacks just from having good passes, being able to retain the ball. If you play football, you realize if you retain the ball correctly, you get the ball higher up as an example, right? Look at the whole Liverpool thing was gegenpress, right? Was win the ball up high, so then we don't need to defend, right? But then when you do need to defend, then you have problems, right? Trent, what he does was he would start attacks. He would stop attacks really from happening just from the way that he passed the ball, the way that he retained the ball, the way he moved it around, right? And just his quality on the ball and his aura on the field means that you could play the way that you wanted to play. Mohamed Salah, obviously, goals is the biggest thing, right? And he would consistently bang goals. Him and Mane would consistently bang goals. You have Firmino in there. People will talk about Van Dijk, and yes, his one-to-one defending and his aura, whatever, right, helps. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, man, he was the most I think personally, the most disrespected player ever to play in the Premier League. Like, he should be a lock for England. I'm personally, between 2021 and 2022, I was Reece James over Trent, right? I was absolutely Reece James over Trent. And I think at their peak, I think James gives you more as a right back. But as a footballer, like, this guy allows you to play the team that you want to play, right? He's won 2 Premier League titles. He helped you win the Champions League. He helped you win the FA Cup. He helped you win the Carabao Cup. He did all of these things, right? You lose him, and then I know obviously you put in all these other problems, but he kind of held that defense. In my opinion, he held that defense and your movement of the ball together, right? So for me, I think this season, based on Liverpool's performance, not on Trent's, proves that he was the second most crucial player for Liverpool during that time. Discuss.
Oof. I mean, okay, let me go first. Second most important. You see, the thing is that Liverpool went from a team that was so mid-table, right, to then becoming a team that was challenging year after year for trophies. So there was a lot of important players for sure. Trent Alexander-Arnold was definitely a player that Liverpool fans defended to the hills. I think literally it was only the Liverpool fans that rated him at some points. Everyone else had they were right backs.
England wouldn't play him.
England wouldn't play him.
I know they had Walker, but they wouldn't play him. I'm like, as an England fan, what are you doing? They played him in
the system
like,
point.
Oh yeah, this is why we don't play him, because he's terrible in midfield. What are you talking about? Oh mate, it drives me insane. But yeah, sorry, continue.
No, I was just gonna say, like, he had the ability to play in that system with Southgate. You know, where he was playing, Southgate was playing with like 3 centre backs and stuff. Like, Trent is perfect with that type of system. And Amorim, if Trent had to go to Manchester United right now, Trent would be in Ballon d'Or shouts. Let me tell you, because it's about the system also, right? And a lot of people, I made a video saying that people will talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold, that he's a system player, but at the end of the day, he was the system. Liverpool, when he was there in the club, the games he wasn't playing, you could easily tell, how are we going to attack? He was essentially an American footballer quarterback, creating chances from deep. That's the perfect explanation of what did Trent Alexander-Arnold do to a football team, creating chances from deep. And yeah, no, I feel like second most important, it's very, very debatable. And there are a lot of people who would agree. And I mean, for me, I would have personally said third, because Salah and Van Dijk so important as well. And Trent Alexander-Arnold was very important, but I would have probably said third.
Because I think if you get rid of Van Dijk and you put in a different, like, yes, Van Dijk is an amazing player, right? Top 3 or 4 centre-backs ever in the Premier League, right? Maybe top 10 centre-backs of all time. Great player, right? I'm not saying he's probably a better player, but I think for the way that Liverpool played and the way that Liverpool want to continue to play, last season you had the contracts thing. You can't lose Trent. You cannot lose Trent. You actually can't. Like, he's a. I think we're going to look back at Trent and be like, wow, like the most magnificent right back to ever play the game. Like I would honestly go that far. Like I think what he's going to do at Real Madrid, oh my god, balls to Mbappe. The way Mbappe's playing is just like, it's gonna feast. It's gonna feast. And I think next week when they play, is it next week or the week after they play you? Oh my god, like,
Let me just get into two comments before Nikhil adds his opinions as well. So Josh says Trent's passes were crazy. Just take a look at the highlights for sure. That one against West Ham last season was insane. And then Jamie also said Alisson is insanely vital to this team. And even Ray Reddy says, we need Alisson.
Those are the four.
Yeah, those are the four.
Salah and Trent. But I think
Mount
Trent,
Rushmore of the Klopp era for sure.
I think Trent is like the way you want to play. Like even look at last year, man. He was a joke last year as well. And people don't talk about it because they were talking about the contract. Oh, why are you leaving Liverpool? Enjoy, like as Rio Ferdinand says, just enjoy him. Just enjoy him.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah.
I think right now Liverpool are feeling the impact of one word, which is creativity. You signed Florian Wirtz, you signed Frimpong, you play Conor Bradley there, you play Soboslai there, but there is nobody in that Liverpool team apart from Steven Gerrard, and he's even probably a better passer than Steven Gerrard overall. Very, very close up there. And Mo Salah specifically is falling as the biggest victim because he is not getting that service that he did from Trent. Trent has provided Liverpool with so much of creativity that he would create a goal for Liverpool out of nowhere when the game is dead. Those cross balls from right back to left wing to Sadio Mane or to even Cody Gakpo was phenomenal. Those dead ball free kicks when Liverpool won, maybe 0-0, the way he dipped it in, even against same type of goal, Leicester and Chelsea, same type of goal, same type of free kick, was top tier. He'd create goals for you when you needed it. When you needed to run on sometimes he'd overlap Salah and smash the ball across the net, and it would work. Then they started transitioning him into the midfield. Imagine him right now being able to give the service. And now when he leaves, we become crossing FC. How much are Liverpool crossing now, thinking that we have a Trent Alexander-Arnold cross in our team? We don't have it. Mo Salah and them cannot cross like him. Conor Bradley, no disrespect, is nowhere near the player that Trent was in terms of passing. And now Liverpool have become such a crossing FC team. It's sad because we had the pace. There were times where Trent Alexander-Arnold, right back to left wing, Sadio Mane, bang, goal. Trent from it, and you watch Van Dijk. How many times did Van Dijk hit the long cross ball from Van Dijk to Mo Salah? He still does it today. But the creativity that Trent gave us made up for his lack of defensive contributions. But the sad reality is Trent can give you 10 assists or 15 or 20 assists, but he plays one game and he gets cooked against a big game like how Rashford loved cooking him. Fair enough. Yeah. He's spoken to like this. He's the target man. Everyone wants to play against him. They only want to cross the ball on that wing, but he's still the same one giving Liverpool insane passes. Now Liverpool don't even counter-attack the way we used to do before because the counter would go to Trent and Trent is just looking up and bang. The ball is gone. So
it's not even his assist, to be honest. Like it's the left wing passes. It's the passes into midfield. It's the line breaking. But like when you watch football now, you were saying before about like, oh, the throw-ins is kind of killing it. You know what I think is killing it is players not being able to play the forward pass, being able to move the ball quickly, being able to make the game like smoother and quicker and allow for things to happen. That's why I think Florian Wirtz is going to be very, very good because I think when he finds his position, he might not get as many assists, but he'll get pre-assists. Like he'll move the ball like really well. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold, like, yes, is defending one-on-one, but it's like you're overblow. Like everyone has a deficiency. You're overblowing that and not looking to. You lot did not get counted as much because of his passing being so accurate, because of his assists, because of his aura of how good he is on the ball. You know, that's why every other player had more time on the ball because of him. He allowed your players to be good.
The amount of assists that he gave Mo Salah and the amount of times that he would be able to hit that long ball across, literally past everybody, and Salah was in, and especially into the midfield, it was phenomenal. I mean, he was such a core success of Liverpool. Even when we came close to winning the league, he was still providing so much. Him and Robertson fed off each other's motivation and were just absolutely killing it. And you can see till today, Liverpool are still trying to do that cross mentality, and it's not working. We can't cross. I'm not gonna lie. We can't cross a ball. We can't cross the box.
I'm gonna have to probably tell you to wrap this one up here.
Yeah. Do you think he's the second most crucial? Do you agree with my statement?
I think it's As I said, it's very difficult. Again, I say Salah and Van Dijk only because they're still doing it for Liverpool, and I know that their form has dipped this season, but they have still come up for us here. And the Salah maybe not so much, but Van Dijk. But in terms of missing a player right now, he is number one. That's where I'd give you the number one is in terms of missing a key player right now. And I know we've lost a lot. I mean, if I take it back to Sadio Mane, Fabinho, Henderson, Wijnaldum, this is Luis Diaz, and think if you were to tell me between Luis Diaz and Darwin Nunez and Trent Alexander-Arnold, as much as we need the pressing machine, I take Trent back any day. Take Trent
Yeah.
any day because
For
you've
that
got
quick,
you've,
but Nikhil, get
yeah,
off the fence, right? Get off the fence. 2018 to 2025. Who name me the most crucial players? If you had to, I'm
I
putting
might
you
even put
to
Allison above Trent, by the way. But yeah,
really okay. Fair enough.
it's
but just because Liverpool transformed with the minute we got a good goalkeeper, like yeah,
that's
goalkeeper
very
makes a
true
difference.
because yeah, I have to. I mean, for Liverpool right now, I would still have to say like the defending of Van Dijk and what he's done in the big games is just phenomenal. I mean, it
Fair enough.
really is, and Mo Salah has to be number one. I mean, without his goals, I don't know where we are.
Yeah.
So because there were
Fair
times where
enough.
Liverpool were good defensively, and there were times where we needed to outscore teams, and then we
Yeah.
did.
But Trent
So
created that. Like I think what is he
yeah,
26 now? Oh my god, what he's going to do in the next 5 years? Honest to God, I
He
think
should have stayed in the
he's
Prem,
going
then
to
he would have gotten the assist
no
record.
because the media were absolute dickheads to him. He's won everything in Liverpool. He's not appreciated apart from by Liverpool fans, and he wants to play for Real Madrid. And obviously, he's got the podcast with Jude. So obviously he had to go to Real Madrid.
I think
Yeah.
I would have loved to
Jude
see
by
Trent assist people like Ekatike and Isak now. I would have loved to see it
Yeah, he would have been.
because
Oh, that would have been amazing.
at that time, we didn't know that those players were coming.
Yeah. Ish, but yeah, let's just address some comments quickly. Then we can go into Nikhil's last one. Then we would have all done two overreactions.
No problem.
So
No problem.
I want to do one more, but just like a quick one at the end.
okay, because Liverpool's gonna start now. Like we need to probably wrap this up.
Okay,
in
cool.
The
Go
next
on,
10
Nikhil.
minutes. Cool. Let's just get into some. So yeah, there was a few people that agreed with Salah and Van Dijk. Van Dijk is 100% number one. Van Dijk never had a centre back partner as good as Mane was for Salah. Which is true. Van Dijk had Matip, Joe Gomez, Ibrahima Konate. He essentially was the only consistent defender for Liverpool in nearly a decade. So yeah, no, agreed. That was good. Those are good comments. Nikhil, what's your last one?
So my last one is, and it's a very controversial one, but I feel that Marcus Rashford might be more important this season to Barcelona than Neymar.
Then
I think
Lamine
that
Yamal. Oh
than Lamine Yamal.
shit!
And I have two reasons
That's a
why.
hot one, bro. Burning me.
So Marcus Rashford, for me, has always been a player that I feel has so much of potential. And there was a time where I really thought he was going to have a decline, and then he hit that freaking toe poke free kick against Chelsea, which was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm like, this guy has class. Marcus Rashford just needs to have the mindset, the consistency, and just to work hard, and he can get there. Because there was a season where he was really good for Manchester United, where he came back and he started playing
Darwin's
really
first
well.
season, 2023.
Then there was a decline in Rashford again. He always cooked against Liverpool as well. Somehow turned up like against the big teams. Etihad against City, he was doing the things. Aston Villa, it was off and on for him there. But right now, for Barcelona, obviously you're looking at him now the way he's playing. I think he's got 4 goals and assists. I think he's obviously sitting on the same amount as Yamal. And the reason why I say this is obviously Yamal is going to be the star boy. He's the main man. He's everything for them. I think Yamal has 4 goals and 2 assists or something, or 4 assists and a goal or whatever. But he's up there right now. He's like the most influential creative player right now for them. Obviously, with Lewandowski being injured, he did get an assist again in the El Clasico. He's somehow finding form with them and freedom of expression from the left wing, cutting in, scoring, hitting that toe poke, shot power is looking electric, scoring bangers in the Champions League for them as well. I feel he's a player that can, if he continues like this, I don't know if he got called up for England. I'm not sure if he did. I don't know if you can
he did.
confirm, but if he did, yeah, he did. I would love to see him back at his best again. I think he's getting there. I think Barcelona are going to get the best out of him. I really do. And I think the reason why I say this is because Lamine Yamal right now, I don't know what is going on with him in terms of the immaturity because he was so focused on football, so
Mm,
focused last season, improving himself. And that whole talk that you did before El Clasico is like, are you trying to make yourself main character energy or not? Like, why would you post a picture
painting
of
himself
yourself
as the
celebrating
villain.
the 4-0? I mean, you did it literally. Wouldn't that mess up your whole team, the morale, the everything, give Madrid even more hunger? And you saw how they exploded. His own teammate, Carvajal from Spain, told him that you do too much of talking on Instagram. And he wanted to fight. You're 18 years old. I mean, I think the fame and everything's going to get to him before you know it. Maybe in 5, 10 years, the partying, the gambling, the Neymar lifestyle might come earlier for him than we think. I don't know why,
He's not
but
even
I'm just
20
seeing.
yet.
I'm seeing him going down this road where I hope he doesn't. He's a freaking the best youngster right now in the world. Nobody can touch him. I know that. But with the way he is right now, I just hope it doesn't affect him mentally because you saw what they were doing to him. Vinny, just for a kick, just to kick the ball out, blasted into Yamal. And if he carries on doing that, more players are going to be like, let's target him and give him a taste because, so that's my reasoning why. I know everyone will say, Lamine Yamal, they're Barca's main player. Nobody else they're going to look at. It has to be him. Um, like alongside Pedri as well, the creativity. But Marcus Rashford this season for them, I mean, 4 goals and assist, started 7 games. He is literally one of their, if not their main players. Let me know what you think,
But
daddies.
the only way that he would be like more important than Yamal is if they don't win anything. Like, are you seriously saying they win the La Liga, they win the Champions League, or one of like they win major trophies, and Rashford is going to be more crucial to that than Yamal?
I think overall, if Yamal continues, like if what has happened right now continues, because he wasn't that great in the Clasico, he wasn't that great at all in the Clasico. He was getting, and it was because of the motivation that he gave Real Madrid. He was getting cooked. Rashford still came out with an assist. He still like played to the best of his ability that he could. He got an assist, and I just think right now, I mean, he's proving himself. He's the best. This probably is the best Marcus Rashford that we've seen in a very long time. I mean,
Yeah.
he was in
But
and out of the
do you
Villa
think
squad.
do you think if Rashford is better than you, like is more crucial than Yamal, as you say, do you think that they win major trophies if that is the case?
If both of them, if Rashford continues in this way, then yeah, I think they can. I think they can win majors. I think they go far, maybe far in the UCL as well. He's performing in both that and the UCL. I mean, you can't define them on one Classico. It's a long season, but
Mm.
right now, 4 assists and a goal. I think only Yamal has 1 assist or so more than him, second on the log. Um, I'm just really seeing a Marcus Rashford that I feel he's on loan, right? Then buy him.
Yeah, no, he's on loan.
So
Alone, yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think about?
I just think Lamine Yamal, he is Mr. Barcelona right now. Pedri is there also. You can argue is very important to Barcelona and is seen as the fans' favorite. But Lamine Yamal, I just don't think Marcus Rashford will ever take that responsibility and shine away from him. He's still a player that steps up, Lamine Yamal. Let's not get it twisted. But yeah, I
Mm,
feel like the part where he has to probably watch himself is making sure he doesn't speak too much because the minute you start talking too much, it does. Like I feel like Real Madrid was more hungry to win the game to shut Lamine Yamal up instead of win the
exactly.
Clasico. So I
Now,
think
how
yeah,
are other
definitely
teams
watch
gonna
yourself.
do
Yeah.
that? Imagine other teams now that look at that and be like, "Hey, this will talk so much. Now he doesn't want to talk about us because we're a smaller team." Clubs look at that. They look at what you say. They look at how you react. They
Yeah.
look at what you do, and they're gonna be like, "Okay, I would love to see the next match whoever Barcelona play, how the defender treats Yamal. Maybe he might say the same thing and be like, you know what? Why don't you talk about us now? You know the banter that footballers have, and this guy
Mm.
only being 18 years old,
He'll get bullied.
no,
If Yamal plays bad because of his post, right? Barcelona don't win anything. So Rashford being crucial or not doesn't matter, right? Because if Rashford is terrible, but Yamal's amazing, they can still win everything, right? But if Yamal's terrible, right, and Rashford's amazing, in my opinion, they don't win anything. They don't win anything.
Yeah. Uzair has a interesting comment here also. He said, like, keep in mind that this was a half-fit Barca squad, so the fixture isn't really season
It's one
defining.
game. It's one game, you know.
yeah,
I
it's
know,
just
Yeah,
one
but I
game.
mean,
I
it
know,
was a
I know
Barca team that
they were
had,
top of the league by like 4 or 5 points, but like
yeah,
it's one game.
Mm.
yeah, for
But he's
sure.
had a great start to his season. He definitely has been
Yeah,
better than Yamal this season.
yeah, yeah. No, I'll be fair. There is some method to the madness there with that claim there. For
So
sure.
we just got to see with the consistency how it goes and how he
Yeah,
plays.
it's all about
and,
whether or not it proves itself
I mean,
now. Because Real Madrid just have one of those mad seasons for sure.
and I mean, look, it can flip and turn around the other way because you must know Rafinha is there, so that
Yeah,
option is there. And he's a big player for them. But if he carries on like this, Rafinha might have to take the bench and then come on,
yeah.
and then
No, for sure.
you're gonna have Rafinha, Lewandowski, Yamal, Pedri, De Jong,
Yeah,
Detros.
true. But yeah, let's try and wrap it up then quickly. Let's
Yeah.
go to man like
Your last
Hamza.
point, Hamza.
My last point, to be honest, my last point is
We
that
have about 5 minutes for this, by the way.
I believe that Kiki Mondi, Kylian Mbappe, is a lock for the Ballon d'Or.
He's on lock.
He's a lock for the Ballon d'Or. I don't think anyone's going to come close to him.
Right
And
now,
I know it's a long season. Right? Look at Dembele. He was disciplinary issues, then came back and won everything, right?
Yeah.
My thing with Kylian Mbappe is he is playing at the highest level I've ever seen Kylian Mbappe play. Obviously, he's been incredible for 6-7 years, right? Well, since like 2017, basically. I don't know how long that is, right? But he's been incredible. This is the best Mbappe I've ever seen. I know Kane and Haaland are playing amazing. You play for Real Madrid. You're probably going to win the league. You may win the Champions League. You also play for France, and you have a very high likelihood of winning that competition as well, or going far. He's never played terrible in the World Cup. I think Mbappe, even if he doesn't go far in that, we've seen the best players who don't win have also won, right? So I think, like, look at Rodri. When Rodri had won the Euros, but he didn't win the Champions League. Vinny had won the Champions League, but they gave it to Rodri because he played better.
Doesn't work for Van Dijk though, but can you?
But I think Mbappe, for me, based on what I've seen so far this season, is an absolute lock. In my opinion, an absolute lock for the Ballon d'Or.
Let me tell
you, if the season has to end tomorrow, Mbappe doesn't win it.
I think Harry Kane is
England
there.
a bottle
That's
job.
the winner.
That's the thing, Nikhil. England are bottle jobs, right? And that's going to really come into his favor. They're not going
to Champions League and World Cup is the turning point.
If Harry Kane wins the Bundesliga, which I don't think anyone is touching,
he probably will.
By the way. And top goal scorer already, freaking 8 more goals and games played already. If their team clicks in the Champions League, which I think they are already, it's a big one. The only thing you need is England to just wake the hell up, hopefully with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's an element of it, right? And that's why it's an overreaction. But I think the way Mbappe is playing, honestly, I've not seen, genuinely, I was trying to think of strikers that have played that well I've ever seen. Like, with my own eyes. I don't think I've seen many strikers play at that. No, the way Mbappe is playing, he's unbelievable. Look at his goal that got disallowed. Look at his goal.
You look at
the way he moves his hips. Like, honestly, the way he plays football is so high level right now. And you've got to think, he's French. He plays for Real Madrid. They're going to win the La Liga.
That's already a Ballon d'Or ticket, French.
Hamza's trying to farm his aura again, like how he did for Dembele. Hamza's trying to go for 2 for 2.
I said Ousmane Dembele was going to win.
Your aura is on the line here, by the way. We're keeping this on record.
Take it. I will risk all my aura as I did last year, right? I'll be on my hand shit. Ousmane Dembele, I told brothers in March when he was playing terribly, I told them that he was going to win the Ballon d'Or. He did it. Mbappe, oh my God, unless he gets injured, for me, absolute lock for the Ballon d'Or.
Okay. So now you've brought that aura forward. But let me tell you why I possibly think it's definitely not on lock. I don't even think it's favorite right now because there's definitely different ways of playing. And no matter what, if Mbappe only wins La Liga, he's definitely not going to win Ballon d'Or. If Kane wins if Kane only wins Bundesliga, he's also not going to win Ballon d'Or. It's all about who wins the Champions League. But now it's also a World Cup here. So it's also about who wins the World Cup. So I think England definitely have a very good chance of going far. We all know they bottle job. So who knows if they'll get over the line this time. France arguably have the best team going into the World Cup. So they also have a very good chance. So it's almost like what do you weigh more? Obviously, the World Cup is way more than the Champions League. But let's say argument's sake, Mbappe has an incredible season, 30-something goals in league, 50-something in all competitions. Harry Kane matches that. Mbappe goes on to win the World Cup. Harry Kane goes on to win the Champions League and Bundesliga. Mbappe only wins the World Cup. I think Mbappe wins it then.
For me, obviously, who knows what's going to happen, right? Maybe Messi comes in. Maybe Messi comes in and wins the World Cup again, and we don't talk about Kane. We don't talk about Mbappe, Haaland, right? Maybe we don't talk about any of that, right? But in my opinion, I think the way he's playing football right now, and this is an overreaction.
It's good football.
And as I said, the season has a long way to go. But in my opinion, man, like Mbappe. Oh my God. Oh my. Honestly, I'm gonna go. Inshallah, if Allah wills, I'm gonna go watch them play. I'm gonna see Trent kick a ball to Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe is gonna score it, and I'm gonna nut in my pants. Right? That's how excited I am. But anyway, that's a joke. But anyway, I don't
think it's an overreaction, really. Yeah, I don't think it's that much of an overreaction.
And that's only based on what I've seen this season. So
far, the only other guy I'm thinking that can win the Ballon d'Or right now is Kane over Mbappe. But then again, come March 2026, and these two might not even be favorites anymore. They might be someone else. It's a long look. Florian Wirtz might become Ballon d'Or.
Salah was a lock at December time to win everything, to win the Ballon d'Or. And then what happened? So obviously it's a long season to go, but I think the way Mbappe,
you never know,
incredible.
The lap could come out of nowhere. Just depends.
You never know. João Pedro also could finally score again. You never know. But yeah, guys, I'm going to have to end it there because Liverpool is going to be playing again now. Hopefully we don't lose. Let's take it to penalties and win on penalties, inshallah, at least. But yeah, guys, this was a very good episode. If you guys weren't aware, we were talking about the biggest overreactions of the season so far. So if you thought we were just very delusional, we weren't. We're just talking about the overreactions of the season so far. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks again, Nikhil. Thanks again, Hamza. Make sure you guys go follow them on their socials. Sing on the cop for Nikhil, the football explainer for Hamza. Catch us again every Wednesday night and Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central African time. Get involved in the chat. We do respond to the chats as well. Would love to hear your guys' opinions on the shows that we do. And yeah, make sure you'll have a good evening. Our evening as Liverpool fans haven't even yet gotten started. I think Chelsea as well. So yeah. Hopefully you'll have a good evening.
Wonder was we can do a halftime live or full-time live if you want for 5-10 minutes, depending on the result.
We'll probably go live again on depending on it. But yeah, we'll go live on TikTok.
No problem. Cool. Let's go watch them. Wait, 1 second. Are they? I'm not sure, guys. If you all know, are they showing it on DSTV? I don't think it's broadcasted. They might have to stream it.
No, it has to be on DSTV. Carabao Cup.
I don't know. Tell us, guys. DSTV, Carabao Cup. Is it there? Is it not there? Let me. I'll check right now.
But if it's not, we'll probably live stream it some way, somehow.
But yeah, no, you can in the stream though. It's all good.
Okay, cool, guys. Make sure you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Take it easy.
Thanks for watching, guys.